Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing my May TBR today. Now if you watched my April wrap up, I don't know which one's going out first, to be honest. Maybe this might actually be going out first. But spoilers, if my April haul or April wrap up has not been out yet, I failed miserably reading my April TBR. I didn't read completely all of the books on it. I started 3 of them, which they're going to carry over into my May TBR. I'm not overhauling the entire, I know I said before that like if I don't finish books in the previous month, they will all carry over into the next month. That's probably not going to happen. A couple of them will, but not all of them. So I'm just going to show you real quick which ones. So for March, we are in May. So for April, I did start reading, I don't have the dust jacket to it, but The London Sand Society by Sarah Penner. So I am going to read, finish reading this. I'm about 70 pages into it. So we're going to have that one. I do need to finish Hideout by Jack Heath, which is the 3rd book of the Timothy Blake series. I'm about 50 pages into that. So we need to finish that in May. And then also Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is a reread for me, so I have technically read this before. But I got probably about 130 so pages on this one, listening to it on audio for the first time. I read it physically last time, so I'm doing the audio this time. Then, also for my April TBR, which I have not started or picked up yet, I need to read The Twisted Dead by Darcy Coates. This was on my March TBR. I still have not gotten to it. I desperately need to read it in May. I was so excited to get it, and I pre-ordered it and everything, and I still didn't pick it up. So this is going to be on May. It's the 3rd book of the Gravekeeper series. And then, again, was on my March TBR. Did not read it in April. Definitely need to read it in May, and that is When Villains Rise by Gianna Darling. This is the 2nd book of the Anti-Heroes in Love duet. Those are the 5 definite books, and like I said, I have those books, and I'm going to pick 3 out of my TBR jar. Hopefully my battery doesn't die. If it does, I am prepared this time. I have a backup instead of having to wait for it to charge. So we're going to pick prompts out of the jar. The first one being this one, which is Scavenger Hunt. Why did I do I picked this one last month, and I did not like the book that I picked, but technically I didn't finish. I'm supposed to use like the last book I finished to pick the next one, and I didn't finish any of the ones for, so I'm just gonna use that as an excuse to pick a different prompt. Okay, I feel like that's not quite cheating, because when I did my April TBR, I would have picked the last book I read in March, so I could possibly very easily get the same book. Anyway, we're gonna pick the next one, which is going to be Booktuber's Favorite. Now I know I can easily pick one of the books. I mean, maybe I should just do that. So one of the books on my April TBR was actually a Booktuber favorite. Oh, it's way up there. So this is definitely a Booktuber favorite, and that's Flawless by Elsie Silver. This was on my April TBR, and I never got to it, just like everything else. So we'll pick it for May and see what happens. This is a professional bull rider, and his publicist, or his publicist's daughter or something like that, and they end up getting stuck. Like, she has to follow him around the circuit to like babysit him because he's got like a bad reputation or whatever. So yeah, there's that one. And then the next prompt is going to be this one. Oh, and that is reading. Can you see it? Reading the Rainbow. Oh, I didn't prep for this. So what I was gonna do, Reading the Rainbow, is when I was going to have like a color wheel and like randomly pick a color and then find a book with that color on the cover or in the text or whatever. So let's see if I can find something. My cat is playing with a toy behind the chair. Okay. This will work. I mean, it's not... So what it does is says tap here. So you just tap it. And that's the color it is. It's like a turquoise, like a greenish aqua color. I don't know how it looks on the on the camera, but it's like a pale greenish blue color. That'll be interesting. Okay. Okay, so I found in this lighting, it's a little bit hard to tell. It looks more, I can't tell what's, but I mean, it definitely, the book definitely looks more blue on the screen, but in person they look fairly close. Like if you look at it at the weird angle that it's at, it looks fairly close. So this is Wraith by Franka Storm. It's book 1 of the Iron King's MC series. Now, this is interesting because first of all, it's short. It's, what is it? It's 250 pages. I have this whole series. My used bookstore got the entire series traded in, so I just picked it up because I was like, I love the covers. It's an MC series, and I'm assuming it's kind of a darkish romance. And I need to read more. I just need to read more outside of like the normal, like what everyone's reading, you know what I mean? So this one is Cold, Dark, Dangerous. I'm a ghost, living off the grid, never getting involved, until the president of the Iron King's MC comes calling. My oldest friend, my brother in arms. I'm pulled back in to protect his daughter. But the mission quickly turns personal. She tempts me, drawing me too close. I need to stay away. I'm a dangerous monster. I'll ruin her. But I'm drawn further into the world of the Iron King's MC. The promise of brotherhood and a fresh start is too good to pass up. She can't stay away, and neither can I. Her light cuts through my dark. She's everything I didn't know I'd been looking for. But can a damaged bastard like me really find peace? So it sounds really good. So we have that one, and that one's short, so I feel like that's a doable book to read this month. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to, oh, one fell out. We'll do that one. I picked Scavenger Hunt again. We're not going to do that. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to pick this one, which is highest rated. Interesting. That'll be interesting because I don't have I don't have all of my physical books on my Goodreads account. So to sort it by, let's see what comes up. So I was like, to sort it by rating would be interesting. We can give it a try and see. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to pick this book though, because there's quite a few that I have not. I have books on my, let's just say I need to overhaul my Goodreads lists because they're kind of all over the place. But let's see what comes of it. Let's see. Want to read. We're going to sort by average rating. Yeah, I don't have these books. Actually, so this one hasn't even come out yet. I hate when people rate books that haven't even come out yet. Okay, so the book that I do have is Terrible Lie by A.K. Evans. Again, it only has 310 ratings, but it's got a 4.5 rating. And I do have this, it's over here actually, I think, somewhere behind me. Oh. But I don't think it's the first book of the series. I think it's a later book in the series. Hold on. It's like book 4 in the series, so we're not going to do that. Complication is the next one, and that's book 5 in this series, so we're not going to do that. I'm going to pick another prompt because that one doesn't really work well with my, I need to overhaul my Goodreads. We'll just say that. Okay, we're going to pick this one. Dukes, Rogues, and Scoundrels. That's a historical, as far as I know. Unless I pick something from this. I have this anthology. The first story in this is in Duke. It's by Sarah McLean, A Duke Worth Falling For by Sarah McLean. Her career in tatters, celebrity photographer Lila Rose retreats to the British countryside, complete with fluffy sheep, rolling hills, and Max, the stern, sexy farmer who tends to them. But their lazy days and lush nights aren't as far from the spotlight as Lila thinks, and Max will have to reveal the truth if he is going to convince Lila that some dukes are worth the risk. So I feel like that's a safe... Let's see, it's the first one in the Naughty Brits anthology. So yeah, it's like a novella. It's like 120 pages, which seems safe. Something I can actually get through in the month. So yeah, it's like that chunk. So those are the books. Short stories I'm going to read for the month of May. Let me get them organized for you so I can show you for my thumbnail and such. We gotta do them in size order so they all fit. So we've got 8 books. 8 books for the month of May. I had 8 books for April and read none of them, so this will be an interesting month to see what happens. They're a little bit heavy. So yeah, so that's what my TBR looks like for the month. I got quite a bit of a variety here. We got like thriller, cannibalism guy. We got small town. We got MC. We got horror thriller sort of situation. We've got supernatural. We've got like adult fantasy, I guess we would call Ninth House. We've got modern, I don't even know, a modernized historical romance, I guess, short story. And then we've got mafia dark romance. Quite the collection. But there's got to be something in here that I can pick for freaking May and devour and get me out of my, whatever my weird slump is that I've been having. So, okay, I'm going to put them down. They fell down, but that's okay. All right. That's it. That's my May TBR. Fingers crossed. Wish me luck that at the end of the month, my wrap-up will be a little bit more exciting and fruitful, I guess, than my April. But yeah. Okay. I'm going to shut up now and go. And I'll see you guys at the end of the month and let you know how I did. Bye.